today will go pretty smooth. Are we ready? So the first thing that you have to be able to do to pass this test with an A is to calculate the molar mass of a substance. And I need your participation today. Who thinks they're okay at finding the molar mass if you're given the periodic table? Raise your hands. Okay, so half of you are either A, not raising your hands, or B, do not know how to find the molar mass. All right, well, we better learn that quick because this is a fundamental part. Technically, you only have to do this on one part of the test. Every other question that needs the molar mass, it will be given to you. All right, so 1.5 minutes. What is the molar mass of KClO3? So this is potassium, chlorine, and 3 oxygens, not carbon and iodine. Okay, try that as fast as you can today. If you and your lab partner both don't know how to do it, raise your hands and I will come to you. If your lab partner doesn't know what they're doing, tell her, Shelby. Just kidding. Wait, whoa, you didn't understand me though. It's okay. This is chlorine, not carbon and iodine.
Hey, how are you holding up so far?
I'm okay, thank you.
I know it's been like a minute.
I don't know.
I wasn't sure if you forgot what teaching's like, so I just
How am
wanted to check on you.
How am I doing? Am I doing okay so far?
Oh,
okay.
Hey, stranger.
Woo.
My name's Mr. Bird. I'm your anatomy teacher.
Oh, you got little clown problems too? Good luck. Okay. I'm okay so far. All right. Anyone have an answer so far? Tell your partner what it is. In fact, KClO3. KClO3, potassium chlorate is the name of it. Raise your hands if you have an answer. I won't make you say it out loud. Okay, good start. Hyde, you lost?
No, I think I got it.
Okay, good. All right, my friends. If you don't know how to do this, please make sure that you figure it out. In KClO3, there is 1 potassium. This is chlorine, not carbon and iodine. There's 1 of those, and there's 3 oxygens, right? So I have 1 K plus 1 Cl plus 3 oxygens. And I just can kind of plug those in. I have 1 times 39 plus 1 times 35.5 plus 3 times 16. We okay with that? And that number became something. I have no idea. 122.5. All right, 120. Whoa, hey, 2.5. Everyone does that way, right? 1 mole. Okay, thumbs up if you had it right. Okay, let's look at the next one. MgNO3. We're not going to do the whole thing, but remember that the 2 on the outside means 2 of everything on the inside. Like if I were to draw the structure of this molecule, it'd be Mg and then an N with 3 O's and then another N with 3 O's. It is MgNO3, but there's 2 of them. So tell your partner in MgNO3, 2, how many total oxygens are there? Tell them quick. 6. How many N's are there? 2, but only 1 Mg, right? So we would have 1 times 24. I got the 24 from the Mg, plus 2 times 14. I got the 14 because the N, plus 6 times 16. All right, 96, 124, 148-ish. If someone did it, you can check me. It doesn't really matter. Is that right? If I'm wrong in my math, in my head, it's okay. We'll live. But if there's a parentheses, you multiply everything inside the parentheses by that number and we move on. Okay, so the first section of the test is simply calculating molar mass. You use your periodic table, make sure and use the top number or the larger of the 2 values, depending, I mean, if you look over here, it's the bottom number, so the bigger number. Okay, I'm moving on. You okay with that? Okay, on the front of your lab book, you would notice the next thing that you have to do on the test is find the number of grams from moles. Finding the number of grams from moles. And then a second quiz is finding the number of moles from grams. So you have to do both of these styles of questions. All right. If you've been lost the whole time, well, let's fix it. For grams to moles or moles to grams, just draw a big plus sign. This is on your homework, right? All right. They're not the exact ones, I guess, but we can fill some of those in. So as we look at number one, it wants to know how many grams. So everyone make a big plus sign and then put equals grams. Okay. Like that, honestly, just that piece right there could help you get it almost 100% set up. If we put our plus sign and then we put what it's equal to. Thank you, my friend. We've got Zarek. Did you ever sit up there? No. Okay, moving on. Just looked in the wrong corner. Okay. Now look, this is why this could be helpful. Stick with me here. If this is a gram, it tells me what's at the top here. Gram. Everyone look at me. Everyone. The unit at the end is always the unit at the end. Ready? Repeat. The unit at the end. No, that's terrible. The unit at the end is the unit at the end. All right. What do I mean by that? I mean that the unit at the end is the unit at the end. Okay. They'll always be the same. Always, always, always. Okay. Now, does anyone know what's always at the start? All right. The thing I was given, I heard that. So I was given 4.5 moles. So the last thing then, what must come down here? Moles. This unit here always matches this unit here. Okay, now I'm missing something. Where do I get this number? From KBR, right? On the exam, it will always say at the bottom, for these problems, it will always say the molar mass of KBR is, and it will give you that number. Okay, so this piece is already given to you. Your only job is to know which way it goes. And if you know the answer, the unit at the end will be the unit at the end. Okay, so KBR 39 plus 80, 119? 119. Okay, tell your partner, where does the 119 go? Top or bottom? The top. Oh, I almost heard. The weird thing is it's the same volume as if Garrick isn't here. 119. We had a family dinner last night, and his aunt, who I've never met in my life, is talking to Garrick, and she's like, "Do you ever talk?" It's like, no, he doesn't, right? I love him, but he's quiet. Okay, 119 here, then one on the bottom, right? Because the big number always goes with grams and the one always goes with moles. So 4.5 times 120, I don't know, around 500-ish, 535.5. Okay, that's how you do that problem. Now, looking down here, is it exactly the same? No, it's backwards. All right, so I drew my plus sign, and what am I equaling? Moles, which means the unit here at the end must be the unit here at the end. And what am I given to start with? 65 grams. So tell your partner what must come down here. Weird. Thanks, Van. It's grams. All right. Where do I find the number of grams per 1 mole? KOH. So I think that's 56. Check me, someone. 56. All right. So 65 divided by 56. Shouldn't that just be 1? Because I have a 6 on top and a 5 on top and a 6 on top. Okay, that's not how math works. but 6556 is around, I don't know, 1.18, 1.17, 1.16. Okay, add this if you're taking notes. All right, when you solve for grams, grams equals a big number usually. Moles equals a small number. So tomorrow on the test where you solve for grams, all of those should be bigger numbers because we multiply to find grams. On the test, when you're finding moles tomorrow, all of those should be small numbers because you're doing what function? Division. And all of our numbers are bigger than 1, so you will always make a smaller number. Okay, will you try number 3 on your very own? I will tell you lithium hydroxide is 24. Okay, see how fast you can do that problem. When you get it, tell your partner. If you guys match, give each other knuckles and say, I'm so excited to test tomorrow after I get extra credit at the can drive. Oh, let her finish. Hmm. All right. So 139.5, raise your hands if you got that right. 139.5. Close enough, Van? Okay. 139.5. You two get that? Okay. 139.5. All right, let's go to your homework super fast. We can do some of those real quick. So let's look at 43. Number 43 in your homework is kind of weird, and I don't have it like cut and pasted. It, 43 says, give the number of grams of each quantity. Nope, sorry. 43 says, if you are given 27 grams of everything, how many moles are there? No? Okay. Now, 43 is ugly. It says Na2CO3 and then a dot and 10H2O. I should just delete this because it's a pain in the butt. This substance right here, if I leave it in an unsealed container, it absorbs water from the environment and turns solid. So what this formula is, it's called a hydrate. It's a substance that has water with it. So what you would do is you would find 2 NAs, so 2 times 23 plus how many C's? 1 times 12 plus 3 times 16 plus how many hydrogens here? 20 times 1 plus how many oxygens here? 10 times 16. It's the only time you ever have to do it. Don't worry about it ever again. It's a big number. I don't remember. Anyone have that? 48, 1, 226, 236 plus 54. So 290. Anyone have it? Maybe 280. You made eye contact with me. That's your fault. Don't ever look at me again. $286. Wow, where did I go wrong there? Okay, so this is grams. This is 286 grams per 1 mole. So where would the gram go? Tell your partner, top or bottom? Where does the gram go? The bottom, because this always matches and I want moles, which means these are moles, right? So 286, 1 mole on top. And oh, I know where I went wrong. I definitely know where I went wrong. And I apologize for being so dumb. 27 over 286 is like 0.95. I don't know. Oh, yeah, 0.09. 0.09 what? Okay, 50 or 44. FeNO3, 2. Is it a 2? A 3? Okay. Same start here. Okay, give it your best shot. I don't want to spend a ton more time. We'll go 2 minutes and see how it goes. Okay, Tom, let's see. What are the odds this even works from this far away? Pretty low. Oh. When in doubt, memorize this. Like I want you to do the picket fence and understand how to use it and apply it. But when it's crunch time and it's just time to get the right answer, when given moles and asked for grams, multiply the two numbers. It'll work every single time. What two numbers am I talking about? I'm talking about the number in the problem and the molar mass. On the test, you'll be given the number in the problem and the molar mass. So if you're asked for grams from moles, what should you do? Tell your partner. Multiply. Okay, when given, grams and asked, oh, this is so much pressure, for moles. Okay, that was not my fault. I'm telling you, hold on. MOLES. Any guesses what I'm about to type? Tell your partner. Starts with the D. Okay. Divide the given by the molar mass. Okay, so there are 8 sections on the test. We've covered 3 of them. First is molar mass. You just add the stuff together and you're off to the races. The second one is finding moles or grams, and the other one is grams or moles. So there you have it. When given moles, multiply the two. When given grams, divide the given by the molar mass, which will also be given to you in the problem. Okay, next up is molarity. Oh, I never did this problem. What was the denominator here? What is the mass of FeNO33? 242. Okay, we're around 0.09 again then, or something like that. What did we get? 0.112. All right. Who had that right? Raise your hands. Okay, good. All right. Molarity. Molarity is typically the lowest scored section on the exam. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it requires two steps. Molarity can be done in one step, which I taught for years, but I've switched over to teaching it in two steps because kids were just confused. So we were just able to solve for moles by taking the given and dividing by the molar mass, right? Does that sound familiar? Okay, molarity, just as a reminder, molarity is the number of moles divided by the liters. So what we're going to do in this problem is I'm going to find the number of moles, and then I'm going to divide it by the volume. So looking up here, I need to find the number of moles in 85 grams of KBr. So I just said a minute ago, if you are finding moles from grams, divide the given by the molar mass. Does that sound familiar? So right here, my 85 grams of KBr, I'm going to divide it by grams KBr and moles on top. KBr, we already did that one. That was 119. Does that sound familiar? We did it. Okay, so I have 119 on the bottom. 85 divided by 119. Will you type that into your calculators for me? 85, 119. It's gonna be like 0.77-ish. I'm just guessing. I could be way off. 0.714. Okay, I was a little off, but not bad. 0.714. Now, my friends, careful. That's the moles. That's the moles. So what's the second half? Divide it by the volume. Now, the volume, these are tricky. This has to be in liters. So to go from milliliters to liters, I go this way. And I get 0.4 liters. So it's ugly what I'm doing right here. 0.714 over 0.4 liters. So dividing that by 0.4 is about doubling it. So I'm going to say like 1.52. Oh man, I was way off on that one. 1.75 capital M. It's two steps. Turn to your homework. Step one, find moles. Step two, divide by given volume in liters. You can see why I typed the last ones. Okay, so we are on problem number 50. Everyone look at number 50 in your homework. Number 50 is MgSO4. That's the compound, correct? And we have 43 grams of it in how much volume? 5.75 liters. Okay, two steps. First, find the number of moles by taking the given number. Lilia, what's wrong? Okay, it says 43 grams of MgSO4 in 5.75 liters. Step number one, find the moles. We're right here. We're on 50.
Yeah.
No, we're on 49. No, we are on 50. I skipped 49 on accident. I'm sorry. We're on 50. Okay, Newman, you already found MgSO4, right? Isn't it around 98? Oh, 120. Okay, sorry. There's a 98 coming up in the future. So MgSO4 is 120 grams per 1 mole. That's its molar mass. So to convert to moles, tell your partner what you're going to do. Please talk. Tell your partner how to get to moles. Okay, as I walk, I see everyone doing it, but you're not verbalizing it. That's not shocking. All right. To find moles, you take the given number. What number did I give you? 43. I'm going to convert it to moles by dividing it by its molar mass. 120 grams per 1 mole. 43 1/20 is about 0.35. Oh, I was way close on that one. 0.36, we'll round it. Now that's moles. That is not my answer. So will you please tell your partner, step number 2 would be to do what? We're on page, what page are we on? We're on page 19. We divide by the 5.75. I'm not even going to try that one. Yeah, I am. 0.36, and this is around 6. So I'm going to say it's around 0.14. 0.06. Oh, that's a 5. Oh, I screwed up so much there. 0.06 or 0.6? 0.06. There are 2 steps. Find the moles by dividing by the molar mass, and then divide that answer by the volume. Okay, I skipped 49 on accident. 49, you can look at it. 49 says you have 15 grams of KCl, not KCI, it's KCl, in 2.5 liters. Does anyone already know what KCl's mass is? 74.5 grams per 1 mole. Will you take the next 3 minutes and find this molarity for me? It is 2 steps. Oh my heavens, Tom. No one laugh at me. You're supposed to be doing work right now. Uh-oh. Whoops. Okay. I don't know what this is, but it sounds fantastic. All right. Once you have it, please check with your partner. Double check that you guys match. You feel free to make noise while you ask. 0.08. Who has 0.08? 0.08. Nice job. Nice job. Good job. 0.08. 0.08. Good. Good. Front row. 0.08. Okay. New man. Good. Okay. 0.08. We did 2 steps. We took 15 grams and we divided it by 74.5. That gave me a number, which I divided by 2.5. Okay, that's how to do it. Now, you can do it in 1 step, by the way. If you want, the 1 step is just putting the volume right here. And then it's all in one fancy picket fence. That's how I taught it for years, but kids just seem to get lost. All right, here we go. Lilia, do you feel like you can leave now and still be smart? It's up to me, but I'll make it up to you. Okay, so molarity, I summed it up right here. To find molarity, do 2 steps. Divide the given grams by the molar mass. Divide the answer in number 1 by the volume in liters. So let's look at one more and double check that we're good, and that'd be 52. 52, we have 0.5 grams. I'm going to tell you right now, the molarity is going to be really small, of NH3 in 55 milliliters, right? All right, so the molarity. All right, so the red flag here is what? What would be something that would cause you to be stressed? Besides all of it. What's this right here? Milliliters. Do I want that? No, not at all. So to go from milliliters to liters, how many places do I move it? 3. I make this become 1, 2, 3, or 0.055 liters. Okay, you can do the rest. This is 17 grams per 1 mole. Do it quick so we can move on. When you have it, check with your partner, and then we're going to move on. All right, what did we get, Newman?
I got 0.5.
0.5?
0.5.
0.53 molar. Okay, whoops. Okay. Hopefully you're back soon. All right, my friends. We have one other type of question to do with molarity. I don't know if I've not paid enough attention, but I've never really seen these done in class. And they may have been, I just might not have been paying attention. Okay, this will be in the molarity section. So there's 5 questions on the test for molarity. One of them is this style, which is using molarity to find grams. The good news is if you get 1 out of the 5 wrong, you're fine. The also good news is these are easy. They're not that bad. So here we go. It says, how many grams of KOH would you need to add water to make 250 milliliters of 4 molar solution? Okay, we got a bunch of crap to do here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this liters. Are you okay with that? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the molar mass of KOH, which is 56 grams for every 1 mole. Okay, the next thing, do you see this capital M? What does that really mean? Molar, which really means 4 moles in how many liters? In 1 liter. Okay, now Looking at this now, we have a few numbers. We have this, we have this, and we have this. One of those three things is not part of a proportion. Which one is that? Which one of them is alone? Like no denominator. 0.25. All right. You start with the one that's alone. 0.25 liters. Now, the power of the picket fence is once you know one side or the other, you can complete the rest. So what unit has to come down here? Liters. Okay, I'm only getting like one answer, which usually means all of you are lost. If every single one of you is lost, then we're in a lot of trouble. But I don't think all is lost. The unit here and here will always match. The unit here and here will always match. And the unit here and here will always match. That's what makes this tool useful. Now looking here, we've already used this. So is there another proportion with liter in it? Yes, there is 4 moles per every 1 liter. 4 moles per every 1 liter. All right, so that gets rid of liters. So what unit am I going to have down here? Moles, because these two units always match. I've already used this one. Do I have a proportion with moles in it? Yes, for every 1 mole, I have 56 grams. Well, what unit did I want? Grams. Well, that's convenient because that's what I ended up with, right? So I end up with 0.25 times 4 times 56. I can finally do pretty easy math. That is 56 grams. Did that all in my head. I'm not just a pretty face. And I'm not that either. Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic. Welcome home. We missed you. Okay. Now, will you look at this for a second? What are you going to do math-wise on this problem? Like in your calculator? You just multiply them all across, right? It's just the volume times the molarity times the molar mass. Because the bottoms are ones. Who's with me? The bottoms are ones. The bottoms are ones. All right. So you can do a picket fence. We have it all set up, and that's the correct way to do it. But to save time, let me type here. These are not awful. They can go really, really fast. I forgot to get that first. Oops, I hate Comic Sans. It's an accident. When given volume and molarity, how's it looking so far? Multiply every number. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Multiply every number. Wow, driving partners. Look at that. They were friends in the driver's ed car. So what I mean by every number, you can do a picket fence if you want, or there's 2 numbers given and a molar mass, which you'll find. Multiply all 3. Okay, homework time. Quick, because we got to hurry. Look at number 52 in your homework. It says you have 2.5 liters of 0.25 and NH42CO3. Does anyone have the mass of ammonium carbonate? 96.
53.
This is number 53. Thank you. 53, one more time, it gives you these values. 2.5 liters, 0.25 molar, and you said 96 grams. I can set it up in a picket fence, or I just multiply them across. So yeah, not gonna try this one. I have no idea. What is it? 60. Okay. So as the typed words again say, oh, they're down lower. When given volume and molarity, multiply every number. Now, don't do that for any other ones except for this style. Okay, we got to hurry. Okay, the next problems are percent concentrations. On your homework, I don't want you to do 56, 57, or 58 for a second. I only want you to look up here at number 6. On your periodic table, you have all the equations you'll ever need. And she pointed that out. You have molarity, and then underneath it is the percent concentration, and there's 3 of them in a row, and underneath that is parts per million. Okay, so percent concentration should be very easy. You have M over V. The equation says that's grams per milliliter times 100. That's what the equation on your periodic table tells you. All right, so I come over here. Does it give me a mass? Yep, it gives me 35 grams. Does it give me a volume? Yeah, it gives me 250 milliliters of solution. So I simply take 35, divide it by 250, and multiply it by 100. You okay with that? What is the answer? What's that? One more time. 14%. Not that bad, right? Okay, I want to look at this real quick. On the test, there's a section that's application, and it's a label, and it says, all right, well, it says this stuff, like exactly how many milliliters are in one serving. So you look over there, and it tells you it's 240. All right, then how many grams of sugar? You look over here, and it tells you it is 27 grams. And then it wants to know the percentage of sugar in this, mass over volume. So you have 27 over 240 times 100, and it's going to be around like 13, 14 again. 11, okay, 11%. Okay, just find the label, find what it asks, and then divide it. Okay, percent concentrations, it's right there. Those are math problems we've done before. In the homework, it asks a little bit different, and I'm not going to worry about that for right now. Okay, on the test, you have to read a graph and answer questions about it. It has nothing to do with anything hard. The graph is in parts per million, but you don't do any math. Like one of the questions says, at what time of day does NO spike? Well, you would say in the morning. Like that's the option, in the morning. It will ask you a question like, what is the maximum amount of NO2? It's just right here, 0.25. So when you get this graph, don't stress about it, just read it. It's time of day versus ppm. There's no math involved. It's just looking at the graph and interpreting it. Okay, the last thing we have to do, oh, I didn't really do part per million, but that's okay. We'll do dilutions real quick. Dilutions is its own quiz, and you should do the same math every time. Multiply the pair, and that's the ofs, and then divide by loner. Now, don't do this anywhere else except for dilutions, which is the last quiz of them all. If you do this on the other ones, you'll be super wrong. All right, Goddard wrote this question. He thinks he's very cute. Goddard Morrison made this. Do you see an of right here? So what would you do with those two numbers? Multiply them. And then there's a loner way over here, right? And so you divide by that. Dilutions, it's A times B equals C times D, where you just solve for one of them. So you'll always multiply 2 and divide by the other. The 2 are always connected by of, and then you divide by the one that's alone. This question, you usually are quizzed. You fly through it in like 2 minutes. Okay, I don't know if I deleted the ppm part, but I may have. Parts per million is milligrams over kilograms. You may be asked to solve for any of the 3 of them. So if you want, you have milligrams, kilograms, and ppm. There's definitely a question that asks, it gives you parts per million and asks for the milligrams in your fatty tissue. It's about a chemical called DDT. There's a water one where it asks the kilograms of the water you collected. It is algebra. Okay, in the last minute, there are a lot of things that can help you prepare for this test. This unit we're on right now is called Concentrate on This Part 2. You have all these practice quizzes that you can take. These ones that say Mastery Pass, if you fail this quiz, it will assign you something. Now, it's not required, but it will send you to these bottom parts, which you're like, man, I suck at molar mass. Well, it takes you to this video assignment where you watch a video and answer questions slowly. You can go to any of these pages and they take you to my YouTube page, which has all the resources. You have the lecture notes right here. You have the homework help right here. Oh, I'm in the wrong lab book, but it's the same idea. The practice homework problems. All right, if you're in the one group me I made, I've sent out those videos. If you're not, find someone that is and have them add you. Please study. You guys are awesome.